Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Reverend Magenta here. I just wanted to bring this video out to you guys today. It is a review slash personal opinion thing on the HVK-30 assault rifle in Black Ops 3. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and say thank you for getting me to 15 subscribers the other night. It means a lot. It might not be a lot, but it means a lot to me, so thank you. And so basically, I'm going to go ahead and throw a picture of the class I was using up in this gameplay up on the screen. And it's an HVK-30 with the red dot sight, stock, and high caliber, and I have an RK5 as my secondary, but that was because I had an extra point left over, and you can do anything with that extra point you want. You know, you could run a concussion grenade if that's more your play style, but I went ahead with a pistol. I have Ghost, I have Perk 2 Greed with Anti-Up and Fast Hands, and I have Blast Suppressor. I was running Anti-Up because I just started running it. I was kind of testing it out, see how it compared, you know, see if it was a noticeable difference. I'll get more to that later, but what I was running on the HVK with the stock and the high caliber, and the red dot sight. The red dot sight is a thing where, you know, you can have it, you don't have to have it. You can take that off and take off the secondary and throw on a primary gunfighter and throw on a third attachment. But I feel like the red dot sight for me was better than not having a sight, because I feel like this gun excels in a medium range, and that is about it. I feel like this gun really shines at medium range. It has one of, if not the fastest fire rates in the assault rifle class. So you think, wow, it must be pretty good at, you know, close range engagements. But I mean, I found that I was getting beat out by other assault rifles in close range engagements just because I just feel like this thing is not up to par with the other assault rifles. It's almost like it got overlooked. Like, they gave it a good fast fire rate, so to kind of counteract that, they didn't give it a very high damage, but they also didn't give it very good accuracy. So I really feel like this thing is lacking a little bit. But I ran the high caliber attachment because of that low damage output that it has, because it has such a fast fire rate. And the stock, I found, helps a lot when you're trying to track targets at that little bit of closer range to medium range. I found I was following behind people more as they were boost jumping in the air and they were sliding around without stock than I was with it. And then I went ahead and chose Ghost because, to be completely honest, the only two perk ones that I use are either Afterburner if I'm making more of a rush class, or Ghost. Flak Jacket in this game is kind of irrelevant to me because, I mean, the only thing that people used to run it for back in like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 was C4, and C4 in this game is it's a different kind of C4 than what we've seen before. It's more along the lines of a claymore mixed with an IED, kinda, that you have to self-detonate. And it's definitely something that takes a little bit of getting used to, but not too many people run it, so it's not that big of a deal. And I mean, Semtexes, I mean, not too many people run those either, and frag grenades, I mean, anybody can avoid a frag grenade. So I just feel like Flak Jacket is just not, you know, just UAVs are more relevant than explosives are in this game. So I just go ahead and throw Ghost on that class. And I was running Anti-Up. I feel like the tier 2 have some of the more stronger perks in this game. You know, you've got Fast Hands, you've got Anti-Up, you've got Tracker, which is really good if you're playing like hardcore or you're playing, you know, a rushing class. You've got Cold-Blooded, you know, you got all these perks that help you a lot, you know, in this game. And I'm pretty sure that I had taken off Hardwired. I was running Hardwired, and I realized that, you know, I'm playing against these kids, I'm not getting counter UAV'd that often, so I'll just go ahead and take it off, and let's try Anti-Up. Let's see how big of a difference it makes. And I found that it makes a difference in more of a medium range score streak. Lower range, yes, it helps, but if you're, you know, if you're running lower end score streaks like UAV, RCXD, and Care Package, I mean, it takes 5 to 6 kills to get them. You don't really need that little extra 7,500 points that it gives you. But those medium range, you know, I believe in this game I was running like a Hellstorm, a Talon, and a Wraith, and I found like it helped most with those because those ones, you know, the 700, 800, close to 1,000 points, that extra 100 points helps a lot. And then I was also running Blast Suppressor. I messed around a lot with a third tier, switching between Gung Ho and Tac Mask, depending on who I'm playing against, or Blast Suppressor. That's enough about the perks. The gun itself. The gun is, like I said earlier, I feel like it lacks compared to the other assault rifles. But it's not a bad gun. All the assault rifles are good in my opinion, but this one I feel like is on the lower end of things. It really doesn't suit my kind of play style, you know, for these medium range engagements. That was when I feel like I was hitting the most shots, I was getting the most kills. But these close range engagements, I find myself getting into a lot because I'm more of a up in your face kind of play style. I like to be more towards their spawn than more towards my own, you know. So these medium range engagements were kind of hard to come by, but also these long range engagements were, you know, more relevant than the medium range ones still. And I just couldn't find myself hitting that many shots at a long range target. I feel like the gun was just kicking too much, the fire rate was just all over the place, its damage drop off was kind of insane. I felt like I was putting 4 or 5 shots into people before they actually, you know, realized I was shooting them. I felt like I was shooting marshmallows. But this medium range, I was getting 3-shot, you know, sometimes 2-shot kills if I got them in the head with that high caliber, and so I really felt that that was helping. And I just don't see myself using this gun to do well in. If I want to do well, I'll more than likely pull out, you know, the Man of War or the KN-44. I won't pull out an HVK just because it really only shines in one type of engagement that I find myself not getting into very often. But at the same time, it has a fast fire rate, so you can, you know, hose down an enemy up close, but I just feel like at that range, you know, you're getting beat out by Kudas, by VMPs. Shoot, you're even getting beat out by Razorback sometimes at that medium range because this gun is just so, it's all over the place. It definitely needs a buff. I definitely feel like this gun is lacking. It has a lot of potential with the fire rate that it has, and, you know, the damage output, and, you know, just the way it acts, but it isn't there. It definitely needs a buff. Why would I choose this gun over another gun is the way I look at it. But I mean, other than that, I mean, this gun was actually pretty good. It was fun to use. I used it for a little while, and it was fun to use, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see myself using it if I want to do good. But I'm pretty sure that just about wraps it up. There's not too many other things to say about it. I kind of feel like I was bullying it a little bit, but I mean, it was a good gun, and I mean, I do recommend using it if you just want to use it. If you find yourself getting into medium range engagements more than you do close range or long range, it's gonna probably be great for you. That's where I feel like it excels the most. But if you're like me and you like to be up in the enemy's face, it won't be that well for you because you're just gonna get beat out by submachine guns or even other assault rifles if they get the good shot on you. So I mean, it's kind of an iffy, it kind of depends player to player on this one, I believe. It's not something that is very definitive yes or no whether or not it's good. I feel as though it's okay. It could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse. It could excel at nothing, you know. That fast fire rate could make it incredibly difficult to use if they put a whole bunch of kick on it. But I'm pretty sure that just about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and click the subscribe button, click the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.